Hello everyone, Chocolo here for another video review. It's a very special one. It's the Cadbury's Wispa Gold Limited Edition Hazelnut flavour. Yes, a very out of the blue, very random, very, well, you know, not sure what to make of it really, but I do know that Cadbury have got a lot of hazelnut sort of infused or flavoured or whatever products out there at the moment with various pralines and things. So maybe he had a vat of leftover hazelnut flavour or whatever, and they thought, what can we do with it? Let's just throw it in some Wispa. I'm not sure. Unusual one. I think they could have done a lot more interesting Cadbury's Wispa Gold limited edition, such as a white chocolate one or a salted caramel one even, or even the Wispa Bite. Just bring that back for a bit. I don't really know, but or the mint flavoured one even, you know. This one I think is lower on all of my priority list, so a limited edition Wispa Gold, but nonetheless we've got one, so here we are. So we'll see what it's like. Yeah, so looks interesting. Not quite sure on the green background. I don't know where that's come from. I guess it does stand out a bit, but I don't really understand what green has got to do with hazelnut. But nonetheless, you know, if it was pistachio or something, I'd understand it. But yeah. We've also got this weird, I don't know what is going on here either. Is that a bit of hazelnut or something? I think it's just a bit of Wispa Gold, I think, or just Wispa, you know, so I'm not sure. So unusual, I think it's basically hazelnut flavoured caramel. Let's find out, what does it say? The Queen approves symbol there. The Queen approves. By appointment by Her Majesty the Queen. Cocoa and Chocolates Manufacturers, Cadbury UK Limited, Bourneville. Made license from Cadbury UK Limited. Okay. It's a textured milk chocolate bar with soft hazelnut flavour caramel centre. 32%. Not quite focusing in very well, but nonetheless. Perhaps just make it out. There you go. Yeah, about there. Vegetable fats. It's got palm fat in it. So palm there. So there's vegetable fats on the other side. May contain nuts where you'd expect since it's hazelnut. But I guess it is hazelnut flavour caramel, so it's not actually got hazelnuts in it. Suits vegetarians, you've got to throw it in the bin. Cadbury does support recycling, but this product doesn't necessarily have recycle features, which is why it says throw it in the bin there with that symbol. Partner Fair Trade, cocolife.org. Not too much written on the back there of interest, really. Well, slightly of interest, but nothing too dramatic. Calorie-wise, got to, what does it say? So per 100 grams, 500 calories, but per 48 grams, which I assume is a bar, 240 calories, 30 grams of fat, 7.1 of which are saturates. So is the bar 48 grams? Does it say anywhere? I assume it says somewhere. Yeah, 48 grams, yeah, okay. We do have a 100 gram more information there on the in this blurb here. What does it say? 100 grams, 500 calories, which we just had before. 26 grams of fat, 15 of which are saturates. So yeah, so it's on the lower end of the, well, on the very low end of the 500 to 550 scale that chocolate bars generally have of calories. I've noticed anyway. Yeah, so yeah, interesting. Looks all right. Not sure about the green. Stands out a bit though as a result, which I guess is the reason for it. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say green is the colour I associate with hazelnut, but nonetheless, it stands out, I guess. All right, well, let's give it an open. That's what it looks like. Let's do it. Let's give it an open. Okay, we're going to get this Cadbury Wispa Gold Hazelnut Flavour Limited Edition an open. Yeah, so hazelnut flavour is the limited part. So it looks all right, doesn't it? But yeah, what does it look like? So yeah, well, first of all, we've got some various, well, not various, but some pretty strong flourishes here. So not really emphasised the flourishes for some time. I think kind of almost got numb to it really, but that's no good. We can't do that. We can't let them get away with it. It's about 16 centimetres roughly, maybe 15.9 centimetres. But I would possibly say I could have missed a millimetre there, so maybe 16 is easier to go by. Let's give this an open then. So just remember 16 millimetres, no, 16 centimetres. Yes, time recording. I've done about 830 reviews, believe it or not. So if you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. In the top right corner, I'll put a link to a place for all my other reviews and probably some Cadbury reviews as well. Yeah, and some other things like that. So yeah, so after you watch this one, please click on the playlist. Check those out and hopefully enjoy those reviews as well. Okay, right, so yes, let's give this a measure then before we forget. Had to kind of stop there just to remind myself of what it was before. It's 15.9 it was before, so let's see what this is now. So you see that it's 11.9. Hopefully you can anyway if it focuses in. There you go. Yeah, so 11.9 centimeters. So we've lost. Well, if we said one was 15.9, actually, it's quite easy. Then we've lost 4 centimeters there. So that's a massive amount, isn't it? 4 centimeters. It's roughly almost 12 centimeters long. So that's basically a third of the bar. Basically, we've lost. A third of the bar. It's ridiculous, that isn't it? I would say an acceptable amount is a fifth. That's what I always used to say, and I still think that's true. We just want to wrap it. So a third is obviously well above that. A third of it. So you missed. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? A third of the wrapper we had was just air. You know what I mean? It's emphasised there. Look, you can see this bit here. Just yeah. I mean, obviously, yeah. Well, that's what the flourishes do. I mean, you can say, well, obviously, it was a bit that didn't contain any, but that's the point, isn't it? It makes it look bigger than it was. So, pretty poor. Pretty poor. While we're measuring it, though, we'll just do the rest. And of course, that's only at the bottom as well. It's not as wide at the top. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I'm struggling, so focusing in. Let's go a bit closer. Okay, so right, so let's measure it there as well. The width, about 3 centimeters, something you'd say. Yeah, and the height, about 1.6 centimeters. There we go. Yeah, but as I say again, it's not as wide at the top, at the very top of it, as it is at the bottom. So roughly 2.65 there, 2.7. And the width, without the measuring it at the top of the bar, it was 11.9. Well, about a millimetre we've lost. I think that's probably doing it too much justice there. I think we measured it too far down. Yeah, 1.7. I reckon probably another millimetre on top of that off there, but hard to measure accurately there. But anyway, there we go. Well, so it's quite hard. I've got my ruler. I guess I could use that, couldn't I? It's harder with the calipers. About 11.4 there. Yeah, with the ruler. Yeah, so we lost about half a centimetre there, which I think is probably more accurate. But there we go. That's just from the top to bottom. We lost even more if you think about it like that. So, all right. Obviously, the flourishes can't. You can't. They have to cut the packet some slack. But yeah, even so. Okay, so it looks quite nice. There's a lovely smell to it. It's a lovely Wispa smell. I can't describe it really, but it's Wispa's always had a lovely smell. It really has, and yeah, it does have it. And it's on the bottom. It's a bit. You can see it's sort of filled with chocolate on the bottom. I think you'd say. Looks to be a bit haphazard. Yeah. All right, let's give it a bit of a snap then. See what it looks like. Oh, yes. Yeah, look at that. Lovely golden buttery caramel there. Let it fall onto the other side if we can. Yeah. Look at that. Oof, yes. Goodness me. Good caramel there. Good caramel, I think you'd say for sure. Still rolling out. Where was it? Just doesn't want to stop. There we go. Yeah, so look at that. You can see there. Lovely aerations there. Really silky smooth. Really velvety. Really lovely. You can see it's so small. I mean, some big bubbles, of course. But if you compare it to like an aero, most of the bubbles are very big ones. These are generally very small aerations. Really nice. It's going to be very velvety chocolate, as a Wispa usually is. You can see there the caramel at the top as well. Good amounts of it. Don't think I can smell anything hazelnut-like from it, so I guess, yeah, just a flavouring, of course. Yeah, look at that, yeah. Looks very nice, very nice. The other half, of course, a bit more. You can see the chunk of aerated chocolates come out from that gap there. Well, it looks very nice. It really does look very nice, but how does it taste? Well, let's find out. Let's give it a taste. I'm very excited for this. Hello there, everyone. Yes, we're going to give this Cadbury's Wispa Gold Hazelnut Flavour Limited Edition bar a taste. Yeah, so very excited for this one. Very excited, yeah. So caramel's hazelnut flavoured is the gist of it. It's not got any hazelnuts in it or anything like that. Yeah, so should be an interesting one. Got one we broke apart here earlier. So yeah, let's give it a go. Excited, but a bit unsure, as I say, the fact that it's hazelnut flavour. I mean, it's one of the last sort of ideas for limited edition Wispa I would have had. I would have had many things above it: white chocolate, salted caramel, even. It's hazelnut flavoured caramel. Would have had Wispa mint brought back. I would have done all sorts really. But anyway, this is where we are. So let's see if it's nice. So let's give it a go. Let's do it. Well, so the lovely lovely soft Wispa chocolate, but I would say the hazelnut flavour is pretty strong in it. from the caramel, I assume. See if I can. Yeah. Well, I don't know. You know, sometimes hazelnut I can live with. You know, if it's in like Kinder Buenos and things. But this one, it's quite strong, and quite artificial. You know, I don't know. Not sure about this one. Lots of caramel. You can see really runny caramel, but I think the hazelnut flavour really detracts from most of the bar. You don't get that lovely Wispa chocolate taste. You know, it's all gone. All you can taste is sort of hazelnut flavour. You know, if you like hazelnut flavour, I think you're in heaven here. But you don't get any of the Wispa really. I'm not getting any of the nice Wispa chocolate, that velvety chocolate taste. It's just disappeared because it's just so powerful, this hazelnut flavour. I mean, that's all I'm getting really. It's just, I mean, there is a chocolate there, of course, but I can't taste it really. It really affects the velvetiness of it. You know, I guess the chocolate consistency is still there, but it just, I don't know, for whatever reason, I just find it very hard to really taste. I mean, it's really affected negatively by this hazelnut flavour. I mean, if you really like hazelnut flavour, I guess obviously, you know, I don't think you dislike this, but I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's just all I can taste is hazelnut flavour. I'm not really getting any caramel. I'm getting the consistency of caramel, I guess, obviously because it's there. I'm getting the consistency of the bar because it's there, but I'm not getting any of the taste from it. All I'm getting is this very strong hazelnut taste, and it's not like, you know, when you have a Kinder Bueno, obviously it tastes a bit of hazelnut cream there, but you still get the taste of everything else. You know, because it's not that strong a flavour. It's strong enough, you know what I mean? But in this case, it's just too strong. Let's just give it one last. Yeah. I don't know why they've done this, Cadbury. It's a pretty poor bar, this actually. Wispa's one of my favourite chocolate bars, I have to say. It's one of my favourites, bear that in mind. It's not an average bar by any means for me. It's a really nice one. It's a good. Well, I'm sure I've rated it a 5 out of 5 in the past. You know, I'm not sure if that'd be quite that high nowadays, but it's definitely a 4+ rating. This one is pretty poor. All I get is hazelnut flavour, and I'm not a big. I must say, caveat is I'm not a big hazelnut fan, but that's hazelnuts, whole hazelnuts. I don't mind chopped hazelnuts, you know, when it's done in the right way. I don't mind hazelnut flavouring. Kinder Bueno I like. It's a really nice bar. So lots of, I even like, I say, chocolate bars with chopped hazelnuts in. I think they can be really nice. Not so much whole hazelnuts, but bear in mind this is just hazelnut flavour. It's just too strong. It just dominates the bar. It's not pleasant at all. You're just tasting hazelnut flavour. Imagine getting hazelnut essence or something out of a little jar, you know, these little pipette things or whatever you put in baking and stuff, and just drinking it. It's almost what you're getting. Obviously not drinking it though, but you know, if you can imagine it. It's not very pleasant at all. It's just not very pleasant. As I say, if you really love hazelnut flavour, and I say hazelnut flavour, I don't mean hazelnuts, you know, you might get something from this. But even then, I would still say that you wouldn't be able to detect what makes Wispa so nice. The aerated chocolate, the velvetiness of it, even the smell kind of goes, I guess when you eat it, you know, I guess I could smell it at first, but it's usually still there when you're eating it and things, and I guess it just works because it goes through the back of your throat and stuff. I don't know, but it's just all gone. It's just all heavily negatively affected by this hazelnut flavouring. It's a massive miss, this, by Cadbury. I don't know why they've done hazelnut flavouring. I gave my sort of trepidations about it, or whatever you'd say, my reservations about it, or both, about it earlier on in the review, and I'll say it's one of the last. Well, yeah, it's probably one of the last sort of ways of creating a limited edition Wispa that I could think of. They could have almost done anything else other than this, almost anything, including any of the random flavours from or ingredients from any of the inventor bars. They could have released an old Wispa that they don't do anymore, Wispa Bite, Wispa Mint. Could have done a white chocolate one, which regardless of whether it would have been nice or not, would have been a brilliant idea. There's so many things. This is almost really the bottom of the list of stuff I would have picked. You know, flavour in the caramel hazelnut. If they did a hazelnut sort of layer in it, you know, even then maybe, or rather than the caramel, did a hazelnut like layer, like a Kinder Bueno sort of layer or a noisette or something. I would have been not very excited about that either, but at least it would have been something different, and maybe, you know, I think would have worked better than this, or maybe even had the caramel as well as that, you know, even better. It's just a really poor bar. This, you know, it's really poor. It's just not a Wispa. You can't you just can't taste anything that makes Wispa good in this bar. I'm really disappointed. I mean, I was a bit worried about it, as I say. I was expecting, you know, probably not to be as good as a Wispa Gold regular Wispa Gold or a regular Wispa. You know, I was thinking, you know, I can't see it being as good. But it's so much worse. It's so much more worse, so much poorer than I expected. It's to the point where I'm wondering how much below a 3 out of 5 it is, really, because it's definitely not a 3 out of 5. It's not nice at all. Well, I mean, it's not horrible, but it's not a decent chocolate bar. It's just hazelnut flavour. That's all I can get from it, really. 1 out of 5 for me is a horrible chocolate bar. 2 out of 5 is below average. I wouldn't say it's horrible, but I think it's pretty far below average, to the point where I think I'm going to have to say, I feel like it's too far to say 1.5 out of 5, but I am going to say 1.5 out of 5. It is that disappointing and that rubbish. It's just hazelnut flavour. That's all you're getting. I'm not really getting anything from the chocolate or anything from the aerations. No velvetiness, no real taste from the caramel either. So it's just hazelnut flavour. I'm just getting nothing from it. And so just to eat hazelnut flavour is not a pleasant experience for me. So that's why it's 1.5 out of 5. It's just not a good bar at all. Really poor. I was really, you know, once I was excited about this, but I had a bit of trepidation as well. But it's so much more worse than I ever imagined it would be. I knew it probably would be disappointing, or not a good limited edition bar. But it's a really poor one. Yeah, so 1.5 out of 5. I worth trying just to see how bad it is. Basically, I think. You know, so it's that bad. It's worth trying just to see how bad it is. But yeah, well, let me know what you think if you have had it. What you think of it. But for me, yeah, it's a really poor bar. Really poor. Really badly thought out, badly executed, really, because they could have done hazelnut flavouring in so many different ways and in better ways than this. Just not had the caramel, had the hazelnut praline or hazelnut cream or something, which, you know, well, I'm not too sure would have been an amazing bar, you know, because I don't think Cadbury would have done it that well. It would have been a bit, you know, mundane, would have not been that great, you know. But who knows, it could have been. But I don't know, I don't think Cadbury would have implemented it very well. But I do think it would have been better than this, because I still think you would have got the Wispa chocolate taste, and if they had the caramel I think still would have come through. But this one, it's just totally overshadowed by this flavour. Really poor. 1.5 out of 5. Really poor. Very disappointing. Yeah. I'm not lost for words, but, you know, yeah. I just am so surprised. Yeah. 1.5 out of 5. Oh, guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Follow me on Instagram. Check out YouTube Member Program. Link for that's in the description. Great to support the channel, really is, and you get something back depending on what tier you pick. The link for the Discord server is also in the description. That's great to keep in touch with myself and the community. Yeah, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Take care. Let me know what you think of this bar, if you've had it, and whether you think it's as bad as I think, or if you actually like it. Let me know. It'd be great to hear from you. Yeah, you know, be interesting to see how many people do like it. But yeah, either way, have a great day and see you next time. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye for now. See ya. Bye.